and welcome to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for the 10th of July 2023. Now, today we have one editorial article which has been taken from the Indian Express and is titled Delhi Court Rejects PepsiCo's Appeal Over Potato Patent. For the second and the third segment, we will have the news update and the legal. Now, in today's editorial article, which talks about Delhi High Court rejecting PepsiCo's appeal over potato patent, the issue is because the protection of plant varieties and farmers' rights authorities had revoked the intellectual property protection that had been granted to PepsiCo India Holdings with respect to a very particular potato variant that had been developed by. Now, this potato variant for the rest of the case and its actual identity as well is called FL27. Now, this is a very high dry matter and low sugar content potato, which is very suitable for making chips. Now, if the thought crossed your mind of hearing this and PepsiCo in conjunction, yes, this is the exact variant that is used in Lay's to make their chips. Now, it was developed by Pepsi and presently it is grown in India contractually. So, PepsiCo India Holdings had a certificate regarding FL27 for registration against potato, which was valid for 6 years. Now, this registration certificate had been obtained in 2016 and was supposed to be valid till 2022. Further, it could be extended for 15 years, and this entirety of this registration certificate was granted as an extent variety of a potato. Now, it was not a novelty, but an extent variety. The registry was revoked later by the Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Rights Authorities, better known as PPVFRA, in December 2021. So when we see the just above point, it was given in 2016 and should have been valid up until 2022. However, at the end of 2021, that is in December 2021, PPVFRA decided to revoke the entire registration certificate. When PepsiCo wanted to renew the registration, the application for the same was also rejected by this same authority. Now the question is why, after giving a certificate, after giving an intellectual property protection certificate to FL27, why was it suddenly seized? Well, firstly, the registration had been sought on the grounds of novelty. That is, the PepsiCo went forward and said that the FL27 is absolutely a new brand of potatoes, and they wanted to get a registration certificate on the grounds of novelty. However, they sought this registration certificate in 2016 and they openly admitted that they had been using this FL27 variant of a potato to make chips since 2009. Now, in order to go forward and obtain a registration certificate on grounds of novelty, the thing should not have been used or the thing should not have been available in the market for a period of more than 1 year. However, that particular clause was vacated when PepsiCo India Holdings admitted that it was being used in India specifically since 2009. Secondly, and this is the major reason, so this 2009 fiasco was the reason they did not get a registration certificate under the novelty idea. They got it as an extent variety of potatoes. Secondly, the entire revocation happened because PepsiCo had originally claimed that they had been using this since 2009, and it was only in 2016 that they wanted a registration certificate. And based on this information, they had received one. But it was later found that they had falsely misrepresented facts. It was not 2009, but the entire FL27 variety and the usage of it for making chips was ongoing since 2002 back in Chile. Hence, the PepsiCo had blatantly lied regarding their original date of use, and thus the PPVFRA went forward and revoked the certificate altogether. Now, the question is, what is the impact of this judgment on IP regime protection? This judgment goes a long way to strengthen faith in the IP regime since it took prompt action against a registration obtained via unfair means. Now, with this, we move on to the news updates for today. Firstly, we have Punjab National Bank decided to launch its virtual branch in the Metaverse. Punjab National Bank has announced the launch of PNB Metaverse, a virtual branch that offers a unique banking experience. Customers can explore various products and services such as bank deposits, loans, digital products, and government schemes through their mobile phones and laptops. Secondly, we have Punjab regiment to represent Indian Army at Bastille Day Parade in France. The Punjab regiment of the Indian Army will march past the Avenues de Champs-Élysées in Paris on the 14th of July. The regiment will be part of 269-member tri-services contingent of the Indian Armed Forces who would march along their French counterparts on the National Day of France. The contingents have already left for France. Thirdly, we have in our first, Haryana announces monthly pension for unmarried people. Now, from the next month, unmarried people between the age of 45 and 60 years in Haryana will be getting a monthly pension of rupees 2,750, provided their annual income is less than rupees 1.8 lakh, announced the Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. The pension will also be applicable to widowers and widows of the same age group whose annual income is not above rupees 3 lakh. Next up, we have India gains a lot of attention from Korean defense contractors. India has previously been heavily reliant on Russian arms, but now the nation has emerged as a new export destination for the Korean defense industry. Hanwha Aerospace will partner with Indian defense contractor Larsen and Tarbo in producing the Redback. The Korean defense contractor also collaborated with L&T on the export of K9 self-propelled howitzers in 2017. With technical support from Hanwha, L&T locally produced K9 Bajiras, an Indian version of the K9 self-propelled howitzer, and supplied them to the Indian Army. On top of that, Hanwha Aerospace will also participate in the Indian Army's light tank program K2105 light tanks. Now, for the legal updates of the day, we have civil prisoners eligible for remission under the Delhi prison rules. Now, the Delhi High Court, in the case of Inox Air Products Private Limited versus Arun Rathi, has held that civil prisoners are eligible for grant of ordinary remission under the Delhi prison rules of 2018. Rule 1175 provides that the eligibility of convicted prisoners for ordinary remission. The court said that even though Chapter 23 of the rules, 33 of the rules, which is applicable for civil prisoners, does not have a separate provision for remission, the same by itself would not mean that Rule 1175 becomes inapplicable to civil prisoners. So, this was our rather short horror newspaper analysis for today. For free study materials and TNA PDF slides, please join our Telegram channel, the link of which you can always find in the description, or you can go forward and scan the barcode that is given on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe our channel on YouTube as the thorough newspaper analysis is updated here every day. Thank you.